Those are fun to watch. Oh, that's cool. We used to go watch it. I you love everything. Sorry. Welcome to our, let's see, October 2nd school board meeting. Terry, are we ready?
You're on.
Shoot, not to ask. We'll begin with introductions of board members, beginning over here to my left.
Jeff Hanley.
Barry Manning.
Joanne O'Brien.
Kate Mara, Kira Blodgett,
Molly Rogers.
Alyssa Tracy,
Becky Fless.
Tony Beat.
Ella Crook.
Megan Carlson,
Janelle McKinnon.
Michelle Tucker,
Administrative staff.
Katie Gould, Superintendent.
Josh Farr, adult education.
Andrea Dish, Business Manager,
Terry McGuire, Director of Technology.
Sarah Baldick, Director of Special Services,
Angela Hardy, Director of Curriculum.
Sarah Simmons, Principal of Gardner Regional Middle School.
Chris Levine, Principal of LER,
Sheree Poole, Principal at Helen Thompson.
Vicky Duguay, Principal at Riverview Community School,
Beth Trelawney, Principal at Kinston Randolph Consolidated School.
Lauren Arnold, Principal at Gardner Area High School.
All right.
Let's stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We'll now enter our public comment period. The primary purpose of school board meetings is to conduct the business of the school board related to board policies, programs, and operations. The MSAD11 school board encourages residents to attend board meetings so that they may become acquainted with the operations and the programs of the schools. The board also recognizes the value of public comments on school and educational matters to permit fair and orderly expression of public comments at board business meetings while still allowing the board to conduct its business efficiently. The board has established the procedure below for the following regular business meetings. At special, emergency, or workshop meetings, the public comments will be limited to the topic of the particular meeting. In addition to speaking during the designated public comment portion of the agenda at board meetings, board members of the public are welcome to submit written comments on school and educational matters to the board and the superintendent, or to submit requests to have items placed on a board agenda in accordance with applicable board policies. The board will include a public comment period not to exceed 20 minutes on the agenda of its regular business meetings. Comments by individuals are limited to a minimum of 2 minutes at a meeting. Individuals may not relinquish a portion of their allotted time to another speaker. The time limits in this paragraph may be modified at a particular meeting at the discretion of the board. The board will hear public comments from residents and employees of the school unit first. If there is time remaining in the public comment period, once all residents have had the opportunity to speak, the board will permit comments from non-residents. Individuals who wish to speak are required to fill out the sign-in form available at each board meeting prior to the meeting of the public comment period and review a copy of this policy. Each individual will be required to state their name and town or city of residence before beginning their remarks. The board chair is responsible for ensuring the orderly conduct of board meetings and for ensuring compliance with this policy, including the following rules of order. Speakers will be recognized by the board chair and comments should be addressed to the board chair. Requests for information or concerns that require further research may be referred to the superintendent for further action if necessary. Speakers are expected to follow rules of common etiquette and decorum, including refraining from using vulgar and/or obscene language, yelling, threatening others, using words, or by other actions, making defamatory comments, or otherwise engaging in any activity that disrupts orderly meeting progress. Examples of disruptive conduct include, but are not limited to, exceeding the allotted time limits, talking over or interrupting others, offering repetitive comments, and offering comment on matters unrelated to the school unit's programs, policies, or operations. Discussion of personnel matters is not permitted during the public comment period due to the privacy, confidentiality, and due process of school unit employees. For purposes of this policy, discussion of a personnel matter means any discussion of job performance or conduct of a school unit employee, including complaints about them. Discussion of matters involving individual students are also not permitted during the public comment period due to the privacy, confidentiality, and due process rights of the school unit's students. Any concerns about personnel matters or student matters will be directed to the superintendent and other appropriate administrator outside of board meetings so that they can be addressed through an alternative channel and in a manner consistent with privacy, confidentiality, and due process rights of the individuals involved. The board chair will stop any public comment that is contrary to these rules. Individuals who disrupt a board meeting may be asked to leave in order to allow the board to conduct its business in an orderly manner. The board chair may request the assistance of law enforcement if necessary to address disruptions or safety concerns. This statement is referenced to Title 20A, MRSA subsection 1001, parentheses 20. All of this policy is etched in statute. We will now begin public comment. Jennifer Boudreau.
Good evening. I'm Jennifer Boudreau. I reside in Gardner. Good evening, school board members. I'm sorry. I speak to kids all day long, but talking in front of adults makes me nervous. So in 1994, a long time ago, I vividly remember visiting Gardner Area High School to participate in a track meet. Coming from Lisbon, affectionately known for its kitty litter track, Gardner's facility was a world apart, boasting a top-of-the-line throwing and jumping area alongside a pristine new or newish track. It was and still is a memory I cherish. Fast forward to today, I am honored to serve as the track and field coach for an incredible group of kids. Of athletes. Over the years, I've had the privilege of coaching several Class B state champions, and we consistently maintain a strong team of 50 to 60 dedicated athletes. Regrettably, the last home meet we held was in 2019. Understandably, there were no meets occurring in 2020, and the anticipated turf project initially set for 2021 faced delays. Our community's efforts to bring the turf to our school was truly commendable. This addition has significantly benefited both our youth and high school programs, my own children included. However, with the installation of the turf, critical field event areas such as the long and triple jump pits, along with shot put, discus, and javelin areas were removed and have not yet been reinstated. I'm grateful for Gabe and Nate who have tried to explore other solutions with me, but I understand their limitations. Today, I respectfully appeal to the school board to consider restoring these essential field event areas. Our athletes deserve adequate training facilities to hone their skills. After all, we wouldn't expect our basketball team to practice on the tennis courts. Perhaps we could resurface our very old track so it's safe again. Most of our outdoor athletic teams use the track, and a large number of community members also use it regularly. I don't have a specific date for the last time it was resurfaced, but I'm guessing it was over 20 years ago. And that's it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Jen.
Madam Chair,
Oh,
she was right within 4 seconds, so
okay.
just wanted to
Yes,
ask.
I'm sorry. I
You're
just assu-
fine, and I
assumed.
started the 20-minute clock on my other watch.
Great.
You're good.
Thank you.
You bet.
Isabella Stone?
Hi, I'm Izzy Stone and I reside in Gardner. I'm a sophomore on the Gardner track team, and being part of this team means surrounding myself with positive, supporting teammates who are truly a great group of people to be around. We believe our track deserves to be fixed so we can properly and proudly showcase the talent that we have developed at Gardner. Since 2019, Gardner has not been able to host a home track meet. That is 6 years without the opportunity to compete and celebrate our success on our own track. During this time, our coaches Jen Boudreau and Jordan Hersel have worked tirelessly to nurture outstanding athletes, many of whom are college-bound and deserving of recognition. Other Gardner teams have a place to gather and celebrate on their home turf. We want to do the same, a track that is safe, functional, and worthy of our athletes' achievements. Fixing the track would allow us to bring meets back to Gardner, strengthen our community pride, and create new opportunities for current and future runners. Along with bringing meets back to Gardner, more income would be available to the school through the boosters due to the snack shack sales alone. So with that, let's work together and make our home track a place where we can be proud of once again.
Thank you. Fred Merrill? Or it is you, right?
Hi, I'm Merrill, with 64th and Cleveland in West Gardner. I'd like to talk about reading communications, writing. I've struggled with reading my whole life. I studied something for extremely long time before I completely understand it. If we don't teach children to read well, they can't do the work. They do other things that take up our time, a lot of our time. It would be better to put that time into teaching them how to read well. If it costs more money, I guess that's what it costs. But if you can't read, you struggle. And sometimes when they struggle, they do the other things that we don't want them to do. But we really wish that you would concentrate on reading a lot more than we do. I've spoke about reading my whole adult life. Half of it in this room. And it seems that we haven't done a lot better. I don't want to hear it's the children. I want to hear it's people who are working. I just think it's the time that we put into it. And I wish we could do better. I will probably be standing here before you many times,
10 seconds.
talking about this. It's hard to watch a little person struggle. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fred. Ariel?
I'm gonna do this really quick because this was longer than 2 minutes when I read it first, so I'm just gonna read it. So I'm Ariel Sides from Randolph. I did not have a greeting with a select few of you on my 2025 bingo card, but here we are. Last month, I found myself agreeing in regards to the cell phone policy with some of you who raised concerns. I want to be clear that I pay that cell phone bill. I've made the choice to give my children access to this technology, and it is not the place of the school board to take that decision from my hands. The reality is that cell phones are not going anywhere. We all know the teacher's line. They used to say, you aren't going to have a cell phone or a calculator in your pocket all the time, and lo and behold, I actually do. Not only do students have calculators in their pockets, they have access to research tools, communication, and countless other resources at their fingertips that could be incorporated into their learning environment. We should be teaching them to use these tools responsibly and with accountability instead. Instead of limiting access, you guys should be brainstorming ways to make instruction time successful in the world in which we actually live and operate, since we expect these kids to do so in the future. Beyond academics, I've personally talked my children down from bad situations and been alerted to safety concerns that I was then able to alert the principal about via text message. These are things that my children were comfortable sharing with a teacher or asking to go to the office about. A cell phone gave them the ability to reach out quietly and safely and let the adults take over from there. If this policy takes away that lifeline, you are not just limiting distraction, you're also stripping away a critical line of communication between parents and their children. Let's also remember the numerous threats made to our district last year, several of which prompted the shutdown of certain buildings. And to roll out a policy that limits communication without directly addressing how you intend to handle these threats first feels like priorities are seriously misplaced.
10
I don't care
seconds.
what selective studies or just on distraction or mental health are cited in the real world. If God forbid the worst were to happen and I don't get that last goodbye text or phone call, I will hold everyone to be responsible. This time it is actually about parental rights, and this is where I have to draw the line for my family. I urge you to reconsider. Thank you.
Yeah, he's with you. Got it. Okay. Prioritization of items and alteration of the established agenda format sequence as needed. Any adjustments? All right, then needed. Let's see, I would like a motion to approve the agenda. So moved by Molly.
Second.
Second by Tony. Questions or comments? All those in favor? Motion carries. Approval of minutes of previous meetings, regular school board meeting of September 4th, 2025. A motion, please, to approve. Second by Tony. Questions or comments? All those in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Recognition and celebrations. Let's take a moment to welcome our newest board member, Kate Merrill. Kate comes to us from West Gardner. Kate, I'll give you a minute to tell us something about you. Yes, yeah.
Oh my God. Let's see, I grew up in West Gardner. What?
This opportunity was not given to Janelle, our last elected official, so I would like to remain consistent. She did not have that opportunity. I don't remember.
She did.
She did not.
I'll be really quick.
Okay.
Again, point of order, if it was not given to one member, it should not be given to another member. This is not something you give to every member that joins the board. Did not give it to me or Barry either.
So I get to decide. That's Robert's rules, and I'm gonna let her continue, okay?
More unfair behavior. Okay, sorry. Thank you. It's nothing personal, Kate.
I grew up in West Gardner. I went to Gardner High School. I have a master's degree in art, and
Welcome, and Kate will be serving on the dropout prevention and the policy committee. Gardner Area High School's application for the Special Olympics.
Yes, so our high school applied to the Special Olympics Unified Champion Schools National Recognition Program. It's a mouthful, and we were approved by Special Olympics North America, which means that we're recognized as a unified champion school.
I think I saw that online, right? Would I have seen that little graphic?
There's a graphic
Yeah.
and then there's a banner and we're gonna have a little kind of ceremony.
Awesome.
We're excited about that. Yeah.
Great. Correspondence,
That's right.
perfect. Committee reports, CATC no meeting, curriculum committee.
I'm ready. Okay, so I have my notes right here. So first, we had our meeting on September 9th. It was live streamed and recorded, so you can go watch it. The bottom line is we got all our federal money. We actually got $35,000 more than we anticipated. We talked through our professional learning calendar from last year. And then we talked through some of the different testing windows and some data. And I have a lot more data next time. And then we talked about curriculum cycle updates. And we briefly, or we didn't really get to the high school report card and grading implementation, but that's coming. Did I miss anything? All right. That was it, and it's in your packet as well.
Finance committee, I have to say, I don't remember what we did at finance. Andrea, can you help me?
Sure. So the first item on the finance is
Oh, I remember.
the statement of Maine revolving renovation fund. So, for those of you who don't know, the state of Maine, provides loans through the municipal bond bank. It's a partnership with districts. It involves a limited amount of funds, and it's for priorities that the state, sets. So for this year, their priorities for things like ventilation and roofs and whatnot. After discussion, the committee decided that we were going to dust off the project that we just had EMC do, the whole report, and that we were going to ask the finance committee's approval to submit an application to the state. And they agreed, so we're going to submit for some ventilation and some other things that were in the project. We did not look at the other schools after consideration, mainly because of if we're considering a consolidated school at some point, it will tie our hands as far as disposing of the buildings. We ran into that with TC Hamlin. The next item on the agenda is we talked about the Maine paid family medical leave insurance. I shared with the board the reason why we didn't look at private insurance. The main reason being is that teachers do not have to contribute until September of 2026. And if we did private insurance, we would need to start contributions before that time, so it really didn't make sense. Federal funds update. As Alyssa said, all of our federal funds have been reinstated. I just got a priority notice this afternoon that our federal funds will not be affected by the shutdown. So that seems to be really good news. We briefly talked about the financial audit. It's in two parts. The first part was over the summer. Everything went really well. The second part is actually the audit part. And that is going on right now. He's pulling it and testing. So we're waiting to hear. Everything has been done on our end. As a reminder, we are required to submit an annual financial audit to the state annually. It's supposed to be submitted by December 31st of every year. However, there are districts that are 2 years behind because everyone is struggling to find auditors. So we are in a really good place, and I expect good results. We talked about, I gave a history lesson about the board's appropriation to the senior class and the history of it, how it started off as the board paying for the fun town trip for the senior class and how it's evolved over the years. Katie's going to work with the high school principal, Warren, to come up with a new plan to present to the board. I think, and the last item, of course,
The damn modular.
the Skiabi modular discussion. It's been an ongoing discussion. We've had most of that discussion in executive session. We had another executive session with council. It is on tonight's meeting for an executive session. I just received notification from Jeff that will be scratched because he has not had communication back from Skiabi. So we're going to scratch that, Katie. So that is the end of the finance report.
Thank you. And that last part I remember vividly.
It's like a haunting nightmare.
It is like a haunting nightmare. Let's see, next. Policy committee.
All right, so we met before the full board meeting last month, so September 4th. And we reviewed, the policies as listed there. And we got, 4 ready for first reading, and then we'll go to that next bundle for second reading. Most of these were, let's see, I'm trying to bring back my recall too. Most of these are coming up on the 5-year mark. So there's a few language adjustments. So we review these on a cycle every 5 years or as recommended by our attorneys based on updates to Maine School Management or Maine statute. These are actually happen to focus, this first round is focused on board member kind of issues. So board member qualifications, code of ethics, board officers, and then clarifying the board superintendent relationship. So let's see if I could make a motion to put those forth for a first reading. Thank you.
Questions or comments? All those in favor? Great, motion carries, thank you.
And then we have coming forward again, and these are all in the packet, the digital packet, right? So everybody should have a copy of these. So the second reading is as listed, student handbooks, which we approve every year. Actually, do we? Yeah, we review that in preparation. Administration in the absence of policy, gender neutral language, hazing, grievance procedure for persons with disabilities, educational philosophy, mission, school district goals and objectives, school system commitment to standards for ethical and responsible behavior, and school district commitment to learning results. So I would like to make a motion to advance these as a second reading and implement these policies.
Second. Second by Molly. All those in favor? Motion carries, thank you. All right, that's it for policy. Excellent. Wellness committee, no meeting. School-based health center advisory committee, the first meeting is October 7th at 5:30 in the
High school library.
high school library. Molly is our school board representative on that committee and will report back to us monthly. Student reps report.
Okay, so we had our like homecoming week, we had like our pep rally. We had a parade, which we haven't had in a long time, and that went really well. We had a bonfire, which was a big hit, and then we also had our homecoming dance, which I thought was really nice again, but it's usually really nice. And field hockey got the boot back. There's this tradition with Coney, and whoever wins the game gets the boot, and we got the boot this year. And senior college application season is getting quite busy. Guidance has opened up their office on Friday afternoons for seniors to go and do like workshops to just help with their college applications, like the Common App or essays or whatever. And then fall sports senior nights are in October. I think some of them are most of them are around like the second, third, fourth week of October. And the NHS induction should be at the end of this month. And the trunk or treat will be on October 26th from 2 to 4 at the high school.
For student council, we're having them put on the fall festival again, like we did last year, which will include pumpkin carving, face painting, cornhole, and other games. For more permanent events, the student library committee is still working on opening up the Tiger's Den. So we're trying to figure out some more door issues. The French, Spanish, and Latin clubs are planning the Recreational World Language Olympics, in which students that are in the clubs have the opportunity to play soccer and other games to win the big title. It's pretty important for us. And then Mrs. Gould also asked me to do some research and make note of how many clubs we provide our students with. And my sleuthing has shown that we offer 19 clubs for our students, and I'm just gonna list them off real quick. We have FCA, which is the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. We have a foosball team, book club, Sources of Strength, guitar club. They're really good. You can hear them in the mornings playing some good music. We have the math team, the student library committee, the Gardner Environmental Club, aka GEC, GSDA, civil rights team, student council, National Honor Society, art club, community crafting club, which we had recently approved, Latin club, French club, Spanish club. Oh, I messed up. We have more. We have 21. Drama, robotics, tabletop gaming, and student leadership club.
What's tabletop gaming?
Isn't that the Windjammer thing or whatever? What is it
They
called?
meet up in the afternoons.
Right, I never know the word to use.
Wasn't there a Warhammer club?
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Or is that the same club?
No, I think that's different.
Yeah, I think it is too.
So there you go, 22 maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty popular. We have a lot of options that we offer our students with. And they're all pretty popular and we have a lot of engagement from a bunch of different groups of kids. So I wanted to make that note. So yeah, that's what we have for our student report.
Oh, and I think varsity club. I don't know if you mentioned that.
Oh, yeah.
Did you mention interact?
Oh, yeah.
You tried, yeah. you
I tried.
Okay.
Did you mention book club?
He did say book club.
Okay, phew. Phew.
It's good that you brought that list to us because when we were setting the agenda for this meeting, we were actually talking about how many clubs we have and having no idea. Honestly, so great.
Looking like 24 right now, if I don't forget any more.
Thanks
for doing that, Ella.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Let's see, administrative reports. We'll do it for the elementary schools. So LER, noteworthy. LER has been working hard to teach and consistently address school-wide behavior expectations tied to the 4 Bs in common area of the building. This was work that we engaged in as a whole staff during the opening day workshops. Additionally, LER has identified and adopted voice-level language and visuals, which are posted in classrooms and throughout the building. These pieces of our behavior response system have allowed for a consistent and supportive space for all students. Challenge. It has been a challenge not having a full-time nurse in the building, leaving staff members, especially admin assistants, to step in to support nursing needs 3 out of 5 days a week. Germs have also made their appearance at LER, and a scramble to fill spaces due to a lack of substitutes has ensued. Lastly, our pre-K classrooms are full to capacity, and many students are waiting to receive identified supports or finish up evaluations via CDS, which is adding a layer of need. Riverview, noteworthy. We hosted a pizza party for our incoming 3rd grade class before our open house. We had great attendance by our families, and it was a nice informal way to introduce Riverview to our new students and their families. Challenge, I think you're going to hear this across the board. Staffing. We are filling ed tech positions with subs and don't have enough ed tech positions to support the needs in the building. HT, noteworthy. We have launched a new leadership opportunity for students in grades 3 through 5. These student leaders are assisting in the cafeteria, partnering as buddies with younger students during lunch, and will soon begin teaching games on the playground. Students now participate in a weekly technology lab where they complete teacher-assigned learning activities in the library. Our PTG met earlier this month and has begun planning fundraisers and events for the school year. Challenges at HT. We continue to face staffing shortages in our special education classrooms and STEPS programs, particularly as both programs are serving an increased number of students this year. Pittston Randolph Consolidated School, noteworthy. We have implemented a new dismissal procedure, which has led to safer, more expedited dismissals at the end of the day. In addition, we've established school-wide behavior expectations for all areas of the building, including classrooms, hallways, recess outdoor play spaces, ensuring consistency and a supportive environment for all students. Challenge. It has been a challenge to begin the year without a special education teacher, as well as a social worker. We don't have enough supports to meet the numerous needs in the building. And that is elementary. Thank you.
Swap. All right, for Gardner Regional Middle School, a noteworthy open house at our school was a huge success, with families, students, and staff filling the building with energy and excitement. Classrooms were buzzing as students proudly showed their families their work and teachers shared what was ahead for the year. The night was a wonderful celebration of our school community and the strong partnerships that support our kiddos. Our challenge, many of our students enjoy attending the high school football games.
While we ask that an adult accompany and supervise them, we've noticed that students are often wandering on their own, which has led to some conflicts, and that is then leading over onto social media and into the school the following school day. At the high school noteworthy, it has been a great start to the school year. We kicked off the year with a very successful homecoming week. This year, we introduced a new parade tradition, which was met with enthusiasm from both students and the community. The bonfire drew excellent attendance, and students enjoyed the energy and spirit of the pep rally and the dance. And the float stuff was cool because they started at the middle school, and it was like neat. They were out there like, this is so fun. So it was really fun to get to see that side of my former kiddos. A current challenge we are facing is a staffing shortage in special education, which has created some scheduling conflicts with staff coverage and schedules. We are working to address these gaps and ensure that students' needs continue to be met. In adult education, noteworthy, we are back in the swing with our afternoon high set preparation classes filling up quickly. Remote classes have also begun for some learners. We are very lucky to have very experienced adult education teacher, Diane Bailey and Lee Glazier, doing strong work to help learners get acclimated and back into the learning environment. Excuse me. A challenge, we have had to change enrichment registration software for this year for too many reasons to explain this brief. This year is the second time in 2 years that registrants have had to re-enter their information instead of just being pulled up by the system using an email. This creates some difficulties for our participants. The new system has many more capabilities, but our team is also still learning and problem solving. In athletics, noteworthy, homecoming week at the high school was a great success. We had our first homecoming parade since the 1990s and a bonfire after the parade. All of our fall sports teams are well underway with their seasons, and all teams are seeing great success. Challenge, juggling field space with all the fall sports teams has been a bit of a challenge. Next.
Business office. I think Andrew addressed a little bit of this, but between the payroll specialist and the business manager, a total of 1,695 onboarding forms have been processed for new hires, with additional forms in process as we continue to fill positions. This represents a significant volume of work and reflects the busy summer and start of the new school year. Just keep her busy. The first portion of the 24-25 financial audits process was completed in August with preparation of the draft financial statement and a general review. We are now awaiting the auditor's completion of the second half involving testing and compliance. We are in hopes of meeting the December 31st Department of Education submission deadline. And the challenges, the Maine Department of Education's certification process continues to be a challenge. Both certification and the CHRC, which is the criminal history record check, applications are taking 4 to 6 weeks on average to process. So if someone moves here and we hire them, we have to wait for that to happen to go. At present, we are still waiting for approximately half a dozen certifications or CHRCs to be finalized. As a reminder, staff cannot be employed without CHRC clearance, which has created staffing pressures. In technology, Nicole Davis, AI and Emerging Technology Specialist with the Maine Learning Technology Initiative, otherwise known as MLTI, co-taught with Mrs. McNaughton in career and technology classes at GAHS this week. The topic, Ethics Around AI in Schools, gave students an opportunity to learn about and experiment with AI in real time. The challenge, starting state testing in the middle of September is difficult, but not impossible. All students and staff must have working computers, logins, and software has to be up to date. Enrollments must be correct in PowerSchool, organized and uploaded to the state to ensure rosters are ready and results can be accessed. Teachers must be trained and supported during testing. It's a heavy load, but testing has gone well. Many thanks to all those who helped to make it go smoothly. Thank you, Karen, and your team. Special services. Many staff members have stepped forward to offer their support in creative and meaningful ways. And the challenge, open positions, as you've heard, are challenging the capacity of staff district-wide. While we have interviewed a number of qualified candidates, we have been unable to fill positions. In transportation, the number of families involved with the bus rate routing app and the positive feedback from them about this system and the comfort and time management that it offers them knowing where their students are has been well received. Trying to hire new employees to maintain the service we are currently providing is a challenge, working with the DOE fingerprinting process, CHRC, and the training requirements set forth by the FMCSA. From start to finish, a new employee to a licensed bus driver is about 5 months. This presents a challenge in maintaining our employee base here at the bus station. In nutrition, the middle school staff worked shorthanded for the first 2 weeks of school. Linda, our director, had to take one of the middle school staff to help out at an elementary school while she was trying to hire someone. She has a great staff who work understaffed without any complaints, and that I've always helped out in another school. Hiring is always a challenge. She's interviewed 10 applicants, and the most common reason for not wanting the job was the pay. Curriculum. The federal ESEA title funds came through, and that has allowed us to staff our elementary literacy and math intervention positions and our class size reduction position. Staff in these roles provide critical small group instruction to students so that they can have a greater chance of accessing grade level learning and feel confident in themselves as learners. The challenge, rather than a challenge, it is an opportunity. It's time to ask families who have children who receive Title I intervention support to join us in a conversation about what is working and what could be improved. Invitations for an in-person discussion will be sent out soon from the central office.
Thank you.
Did any board members have questions for Vicky or for Sarah, Dr. Sims? Well, thank you. Thank you, Angela, and thank you all for your reports.
I will say that I love bus ride.
You love bus ride?
It is awesome.
I love it. It saves my life every morning.
Oh,
it saved my life.
It's pretty good.
It's great.
Oh, it's pretty
perfect. General information as written.
As written.
Thank you. New hires, nominations.
Nominations, we have Benjamin Lucky, math teacher at our high school, at $73,440. And Elizabeth Harwood, school nurse for Pittston Randolph Consolidated School at $79,242. I would recommend both.
Second.
Okay, questions or comments? All those in-
Question.
Yeah.
Does this alleviate the nursing deficiency that Eliara was talking about?
No.
No, okay,
Replaces a resignation of our nurse.
okay, thanks.
Unfortunately. Shoot. All those in favor? There you go. Motion carries. Thank you. New business.
Yes, we have Cassia here tonight because the Spanish club is looking to go abroad. Hi.
Hi, everyone. Thanks.
Hi.
Viergas, students call me Profe de. So I would like to propose a trip for April 2027, so during the spring break. And this is, oh, sorry. Say, okay. This is more of a Spanish immersion, but I'm open to other students also joining it. This is the high school level, and this would be to Ecuador and the Galapagos Islands. So it's a 9-day trip. Everything is included except 3 lunch days randomly. So those 3 lunch days, but in Latin America, it's very affordable there. And I believe you have the itineraries attached in. Now I have 4 extra copies, whoever would like to see it, but I would like to just go through the itinerary with you. Do I only have 2 minutes? Is that the?
Oh, no, that's for public comment.
So we fly to Ecuador and we start in Quito. Yeah. This is how it looks. Quito, so we tour Quito. It's a beautiful, I haven't been to that part yet, but I'm very familiar with Latin America. I've traveled there before. Very cultural city. And then from Quito, we would travel to the Galapagos Islands. So Galapagos Islands, there's a couple of them. One of them is the Baltra Islands, where we would go to, this is This is a lot with nature, so it's perfect for a nature lover. So assuming a lot of students are here from Maine, right? And students who love wildlife like me. And then you would explore the different animals, so our tortoise ranch in Santa Cruz. You visit the Charles Darwin Research Center, which is so exciting, and see the breeding center for giant tortoises. And then you go on another island, so there are some boats involved in this trip. I'm just skimming through this, so there's different islands you do go snorkeling, and then you come back to Quito, you explore a little bit more, visit some markets, and then arrive home. So it's a 9-day trip. The exciting thing, well, this is with the company EF, which students in the past took this company and we had a lot of success. I've never traveled with EF before. I've done Explorica, but I heard great things about EF. That's why I would love to try it. And I've traveled with students once in the past to Spain. Many of you may have remembered. And then I've traveled outside of the school 5 times with other high school students. So I love to travel, and whenever there's opportunity, I love to bring students with it, because that's how the best way to is traveling really opens your mind, and you learn the best from this. So the price for this trip, it's $5,093. Okay, but there are monthly payments. So to make it affordable, we recommend starting a monthly payment. So it would be 19 months of $269. And then what else was I gonna mention? Sorry. Okay. Anyone has questions about the trip?
Now you said you're opening, how many students are you taking? 40?
Yes,
Okay.
so this company only does like
Yeah,
40
okay.
students, and it's high
Victoria,
school,
like-
high school level. Yeah.
How many chaperones do you need?
That's Bet you have a room full.
I'm passport and I speak Spanish.
I don't know. Oh, Molly has a
Is it
question.
open to all high school ages?
Yes, all high school ages.
Awesome.
Great
So
choice. It's a fabulous itinerary.
Yes, I know. I was really excited to find this itinerary. And I do think it's really worth it in the long run, because going to all those islands, everything is included, accommodation, food, most of the meals. So nice. And we do get a tour guide too with us all the time, 24/7 tour guide. And this program, EF is really with safety, they take it very seriously too.
Agreed from recent experience.
Yes.
Jim?
Yes.
Is the Galapagos Islands, are they Ecuadorian territory?
Yes, yes, they are.
Yeah, okay, that's their nationality, okay. I couldn't remember. so.
It's part of Ecuador.
Just, a couple of things, students need their passports for this, right?
Yes,
So-
they need a passport. So we would have to, well, this is in 2 years, right? So we would have to start the passports process soon for this.
Will there be other fundraising opportunities for students to do this?
So
or-
we'll try to do some fundraising. In the past, I've done margaritas. They do 20% of the
Oh, nice.
whole bill. So I advertised it and we got pretty good money for it. So then we can give it to everyone. EF also does a great job with helping you set up fundraising pages, if that's something you're interested in. That's another way to fundraise. So I'm open to ideas from parents too, and the community members as well.
Not as an endorsement necessarily, but my family, my kids went through travel with EF before, and they were really pretty well organized, good support and good communication. So anyway, just
Yes.
I recognize the company. And
The company is an accredited company.
they've been
So,
really solid.
I love that it's an immersion experience. That's really such a great way to pick up the language and just to be in the culture. You kind of absorb it. I think that's very good. Very good way to go.
that's what my goal was, yeah. Thank you. Any other questions?
Yes.
I put a motion that we approve this trip as requested.
Any more questions or comments?
Just out of curiosity, how many chaperones will you need for 40 students?
So it would be 6 to 1. So 40 divided by 6, which is
Including your
10,
chaperones.
roughly 10.
yes, yeah. Yeah, around 7, 8, yeah. I'm gonna double check on the numbers. I think they said 40, but I'll have to double check.
And how are chaperones? Is it usually a parent or?
No, usually people that work at the school, so the students are familiar with it, but I'm also open to other requests that people are interested.
Chaperones for the chaperones.
Yes, exactly.
Need it all. This sounds really wonderful.
Yeah.
Great opportunity. Thank you. So we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Motion carries. Great.
Thank you so much.
Thank
I
you
really
for coming
appreciate it.
in for your presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okey dokey, new business. Let's see, Lego Club at Helen Thompson. So just as written, do we have to?
They are prepared
I
to
would love to
share with
hear.
you
Well,
what Lego Club, and we might be able to bundle Lego Club and Let Grow Club.
Okay, well, if we need to bundle or whatever works.
I'm Sheree Poole, over HT as well as Beth Kelly, who teaches 5th grade and 4th grade. Fourth grade, and she has a couple of clubs that she'd like to talk about that we're very excited about. They're not the Galapagos Islands, but they're pretty cool.
Legos are awesome.
2 clubs. The first is Lego Club. So Lego Club is a fun and engaging way to spark creativity, problem solving, and teamwork among students. Lego play encourages kids to use their imagination while also strengthening critical thinking, fine motor skills, and perseverance as they build and design. So Lego Club would provide a welcoming space where students of all ages and abilities can collaborate, share ideas, and learn from one another in a hands-on, playful environment. And beyond building just structures, they would be building confidence, friendships, and important life skills. Our Lego Club would run for 9 weeks this fall at the HC cafeteria. We've had donations from teachers, the PTG, and community members on Legos, but we're always looking for more. Currently, we have over 50 students signed up, so it was a quick, and I think our sheets went out this week. So a really quick turnaround. Myself and my counterpart, Cindy Landis, the other 4th grade teacher, will be 2 teachers there, but we've had lots of volunteers of parents and PTG members wanting to be there as well. Wednesday, 7:15 in the morning, ending when school starts. Play Club, which is what I'm probably super passionate about, is a unstructured time. So it actually grew out of the Anxious Generation book. And Let Grow is a nonprofit foundation that introduced it. So today's kids spend most of their time on screens, in cars, or adult-led activities, while free unstructured play has nearly disappeared, and childhood anxiety and depression are on the rise. Play is not just fun, it's essential for learning how to make friends, solve problems, and build confidence. Play Club offers a simple, low-cost solution, a safe space where kids of all ages can enjoy screen-free, unstructured play together. With adults present only for safety, children create their own games, work through conflicts, and develop the social and emotional skills they need to grow into happy, capable humans. Play Club gives children the chance to grow in many ways through unstructured mixed-age play, older students often taking leadership roles, guiding and mentoring younger peers, while all children develop important social skills like cooperation, empathy, and communication. Play encourages problem solving, negotiation, and decision-making, which support both cognitive and emotional growth. It also helps reduce bullying by creating a more inclusive environment where empathy naturally flourishes. Children benefit from diverse perspectives, creativity, imagination, while building independence, confidence, and resilience. And there's physical activities that are strengthening motor skills, coordination, and play itself provides stress relief, emotional regulation, and friendship building. And through these experiences, kids can learn flexibility, all those great things. It's a powerful way to support their overall development. Our plan is to start Play Club in a couple of weeks. I had a few logistical things I need to figure out with our custodian as well. And we're gonna run our first trial for 4 weeks and see how it goes. And hopefully it's successful lead to other sessions. That will be Thursdays after school for 1 hour and 15 minutes. Questions? Yes.
As somebody who played a lot of games in the Bronx, you have to know what games are, and if kids have been tethered to screens all the time, they may not know games to play on their own. So it's anybody going to introduce different kinds of games that they can play?
Not initially. It's really an unstructured time for them to build and create their own games and play with loose things. It's encouraging, within safety, there's 2 rules of Play Club, and that's we don't hurt others and we ask before we leave the premises, but it's really encouraging them to come up with and create on their own and share.
Will they be outside at all in
All outside.
all outside?
It's on the playground.
Sorry, did you have, sorry, if I can, yeah. Did you have signups for that one too, or?
I haven't yet.
Yeah, oh,
Had to
right,
work out
sorry,
some
yeah.
logistical things with our custodian.
Yeah, oh, right, yeah.
Yes.
And Elizabeth, Cherie, I think it's safe to say you're not looking for anything except to make sure that the board is aware and that you're starting these clubs at HT.
Always looking for Legos donations.
Yeah.
In the community.
And check with Lego Robotics. They may have some too. I'll mention it to her as well.
Yes,
But
my son
awesome.
participates with that.
Awesome.
We
Good.
made that connection. Yeah.
Good, good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks.
So a motion to approve?
I would approve, make a motion to approve both of these clubs as proposed.
Second from Molly. Any further questions or comments? Great steal out of the anxious generation. They need to play. That's good. All those in favor? Welcome to the clubs.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks
Go
for
have
coming
fun.
tonight too.
Yes, thank you so much. Right, discussion to approve joining Kennebec Valley Student Supports Regional Service Center.
Yes, so I was approached over the summer and offered to be an honorary member of the Kennebec Valley Student Support Regional Service Center, which is a group of superintendents from the following communities: RSU 38, Winthrop, RSU 2, Richmond. Augusta was also invited to be, the superintendent in Augusta was also invited to be an honorary member of this group. The group works together on common goals and themes in order to benefit from groupthink, networking, collaboration, shared support. This would involve an MOU that I would need signed saying that you give me permission to be part of this group. There's no cost to the district this year. If I were to continue because it seemed like it's worth my time and we can bring some benefit to the district, it would involve, why can't I think of the word? Let's see. Fee to join, yes, membership fee, thank you. Membership fee to join. One example from one of the communities that I just referenced quoted, because the fee depends upon enrollment within the system. And so one example that was shared with me was that the fee was $8,800 to join the group. And there's actually a benefit on the ED 279 to be part of the group because the Department of Education really likes the idea of consolidation and sharing resources. And so for the superintendent who quoted the $8,800 membership fee, there was a reflected revenue of $24,000 on the ED 279. And so that certainly is always good news to us. The three common goals that were discussed at the first meeting in September within this group were professional development topics. So exploring the idea that we can bring some training to the group and we can all benefit at a reduced cost. Sharing sports teams might be something. We certainly do that with some of the districts that are participating in this group. Legislative training, guidance, using Frontline as a system. That's our digital platform that we use to get substitute teachers for hiring. And I attended the first meeting on September 12th. I intend to participate with your support. Again, there's no cost this year, and I certainly could report back to you prior to engaging in any financial commitment to join this group. Happy to take any questions that you might have.
Yes. Do they have a website or something that explains that you can go in and look at, that we can go and look at their?
I don't think so, Jeff, but I'll see what I can come up with. What I could share with you are agendas and
They have a
minutes.
mission statement and all that.
I could share with you any documentation that's been shared with me to give you a better sense of the purpose of the group.
Okay.
Other questions?
So this,
Yes, Molly.
you mentioned kind of sharing professional development topics or speakers. Would that be similar to how we shared when we had Lynn Lyons? That was shared through a different
United Way.
Yeah. Would it be similar to that though, where other surrounding districts might have a speaker come in and we would all share that expense?
Sure. So let's say we had a presenter that we wanted to bring to the community, we could share the costs and invite another community or this group. Certainly, that would be something. Possibility, I should say.
Right. Any other questions? We need a motion to. We need a motion.
Yes, please. I am seeking approval to participate in the group this year. And, you know, aside from any financial benefit that we could get next year, if it seems worthwhile, it is a great opportunity for me to network and run
Absolutely.
ideas and information and get ideas from other experienced superintendents and superintendents experiencing the same challenges that we are in MSAD11.
Is there a Is there a superintendent, isn't there a superintendent's
Like association.
There is,
association
yep.
So this would be another association,
Yes,
more local.
right. Yes.
And the time commitment seems manageable from what you can see.
Yeah, it was a 1 hour meeting.
Yeah.
For September,
That's great.
so it definitely
That sounds
is
thoughtful. Yeah.
manageable as far as time goes, yeah.
Katie, would you let me add a little bit? They've come together to create a regional service center and.
Yeah, I
Katie
saw
touched
service
upon
center.
it. And the
Yeah.
state supports regional service centers with a
Correct.
shared mission and purpose. And she's right, funds do flow to these service centers through the Department of Education. So it is definitely a benefit for us to be part of that service center. So it's just another consideration.
Yeah, that caught
Thank
my
you.
eye for
You're
exactly
welcome.
that reason. Having worked in state government
Oh, no,
before,
it's
it's
a-
a designation. Yeah,
I'm sorry.
no, it's a designation that, like you said, yeah.
Correct. It's almost like a mini collaboration of districts
Right.
and this, and they're promoting it, the Department of It, they want more of that. And as a result, they're putting money behind it.
There you go.
Sorry.
And again, no, that's very helpful, Andrea. Thank you. I always appreciate you chiming in. And again, I'm not able to be an active member. I can be an honorary member. So I'm listening, taking notes, and trying to bring any benefit back to us.
Motion to approve you joining the service center as an honorary member.
Second.
Second by Alyssa. Any further questions or comments? All those in favor? Okay, motion carries.
Thank you all.
To bring you some wonderful things.
Sure you will. I'm glad to see they're really promoting this. All right, review of the MSBA proposed resolutions. They're in your packet and I'm hoping that you've taken some time to look at them and bring any suggestions that you might have for Janelle as she represents us at Delegate Assembly. And if you're not prepared to share those things, I would suppose, since we don't do any business through email, you could, any suggestions or changes or any thoughts about those resolutions, email them to me and I'll pass them on to you or to Janelle. How should we do that?
I think they would go.
To Janelle. Okay. Be careful not to have conversations with people who do it. Okay. Thank you. That'd be great. So if you have any thoughts or wishes about that, please just send them to Janelle.
I'm sorry. Send them directly to Janelle or send them to you and you are sending them to Janelle?
Take me out of the middle, I guess. So send them to Janelle or send them to me then.
I think to you.
Send them to me and I will
Okay.
forward them to you. Thank you for that clarification, Noel. Let's see, I will be sending out a doodle poll. We tried to land on a date for the tour of the school facilities and we wanted to accomplish this by the Christmas holiday. So I'll send out a doodle poll with some dates and if we can fill it out, we'll just pick the most popular date. And if there comes if board members can't make it, we'll have to do it on the next round. But we need to do that so that we know what we're talking about. So please watch your email for that. Superintendent's support.
Did you want to say anything about the fall conference?
Oh, absolutely. I got stuck on resolutions. Yes, MSMA's 52nd Fall Conference is October 23rd and 24th. It's a wonderful opportunity to learn with other board members, attend workshops with other board members, and to get free legal advice. And to learn from other speakers that will be coming to the conference. Our speaker this year is, I read his bio, but I don't remember his name. And I read his book and it's escaping me.
Joe Sanfilippo.
Joe Sanfilippo, thank you. He's inspiring. He's very fast on his feet. He is very experienced in working with students and holding students accountable, putting students first. He's been very successful in his career, and he is our keynote this year. And we'll be giving time not only to board members, but to everyone that's there. Yes, Kiara.
Was he the same one as last year? Do they do a different one every year?
Do a different one every year. Yeah.
More prizes.
More prizes.
More merch.
More merch.
More merch, more swag. You're
Get
gonna
all the
of
things,
it.
all the pens you need for college.
All
I still haven't even ran through the ones I got last year.
all the squishy things that take away the
Yes.
stress, all the stress squishies. Yeah. So it's a great opportunity. I would ask for as many board members as possible to please attend this two-day conference. And to please contact Martha. It's paid for by the district. So I would encourage. No, it's at the Civic Center
In Augusta.
so it's right up here. Would love to have any and all that can be there. Just please let Martha know by October 9th. And she'll probably let me know. Or and we may have to send out a nudge.
She just needs to know if you have any dietary. needs.
Yes, dietary restrictions.
Already responded.
So I hope that y'all will come. Superintendent report.
Okay. Staff vacancies. We still have a list, but the list is shrinking.
Love shrinking lists.
We have an open bus driver position and occupational therapy position. I will be really honest and say that we are working off a list of vacancies, and If you remember from last month, we've done a lot of creative movement of staff to cover positions, make sure that we're doing our very best to meet student needs. And so it's a moving target to make sure we're accurately tracking all of our open positions. And we have multiple people making sure that we're doing that. At the high school, we have 2 special education openings, one for math focused teaching, one for literacy. We have an open, also at the high school, open Ed Tech 3, special education with a literacy focus, and an open Ed Tech 2, special education in the behavior program. At our middle school, we have an open special education vacancy, and that is an Ed Tech 2. At Helen Thompson School, we have an open Ed Tech 3 for small group instruction in literacy, math, and/or functional skills, and special education Ed Tech 1 for the resource room at Helen Thompson. At Pittston Randolph Consolidated School, we still have, as you heard in the administrator reports, a special education teacher opening, and at Riverview, also a special education teacher opening. Again, we are covering those positions with other staff members now, and we continue to look for qualified candidates to fill those positions. Yes.
May I ask that you explain what a special ed resource room teacher is? What does that mean?
Yes, but I might be able to do even better and ask
Sarah?
Sarah,
Awesome.
our director, to come to the podium to explain.
That's just one I don't think people understand what it is and what it entails. So,
Yeah, it's a great
yeah.
question. Thank you, Sarah.
So our resource room special educator positions at the elementary level focus on small group instruction, typically in reading, writing, math, or functional skills. That's predominantly most of their day. Several years ago, we removed the paperwork portion of the program from all of our special ed teaching positions. So they do write goals, they do attend IEP meetings, they do progress monitoring and progress reporting, but they don't do all of those paperwork pieces. They also ask as a resource in the building. Oftentimes there are people with a great deal of expertise around growing students in certain areas, and they act as a resource. I think that's actually one of the biggest things we're feeling right now is that lack of resource.
Thank you. Thanks, Sarah.
Yes, thank you.
Student enrollment.
Okay.
Go.
All right, so we have you have a student enrollment update in your packet. And in addition to numbers by grade level across buildings, we also have an update on the total number of open enrollments. So we have 17 students who are attending school with an open enrollment agreement. And that is all of those students live in one of our district communities and have requested to attend school within the district, but a different community. So for example, a student attending Pittston Randolph Consolidated School may have reasons to request to attend LER. And so if we can accommodate those requests, we will do that. So currently we have 17 of those. We have superintendent's agreements for students who live outside of the district, outside of MSAD11, attending MSAD11. We have 39 students. We have 64 students who live in MSAD11 and attend school in other districts. We have 193 students in homeschool students right now. 43 students coded as other homeschool. And so the categories for that are switched to in-school learning, switched from homeschool to private school, aged out, and we're no longer tracking, or anticipated subsequent year students, paperwork not received, I do wonder, Andrea, do you have any clarification that you can offer around that specific category if there are questions? It's just kind of
About specifically, I'm sorry.
that other homeschool.
Homeschool doesn't cross my radar, however, superintendent's agreements. So I don't know, is it Angela, homeschool, anything?
They're just trying to disaggregate the tracking of homeschool, and so
Right.
there's just different categories, like if they're remaining homeschooled or not, and I've lost, there were like 3 you've already said.
Yes, there are many, and again, you should have this in your digital packet. I just wanted to make sure that if there was big information, or something really significant, that I didn't want to leave that out or omit it.
Other than, I mean, you already say in the enrollment that we do track homeschool students or private school students who do receive services within our district. So you are aware that that's happening in some cases.
Thank you.
I do have a question. Those that are homeschooling, do the parents that are doing the homeschooling or whatever the consortium is, do they have to present quarterly reports to the superintendent's office about, or the curriculum office about what they're actually learning on a quarterly basis?
No.
Do they have to go through?
No, I know, I homeschooled my kids 1 year and it's a whole different.
I know in New York, my daughter's homeschooling her child, and next year he'll be first grader, and she has to do a quarterly curriculum of activities of what they're doing to make sure that they're on task for what's expected at that grade level. Are they involved in any of the testing?
In Maine, they have to submit paperwork to the school district and to the Department of Education indicating that they have a plan to homeschool instead of attending public school, though they reside in MSAD11. And it's upon return to school, or as requested, there could be a review of students' progress. We certainly have a process for assessing students before a homeschool student re-enters public school.
And technically, they are asked annually to complete an annual assessment, and they have pathways for an annual assessment. One can be NUIA testing, and they can ask the district in which they reside to participate in NUIA testing. And anytime a family has asked for a student or more to participate, we make arrangements for that. And because they're homeschooled, usually we try to find a way to make it easy for them, right? Not just throw them in a room of a bunch of random students that they've never met, but try to create the conditions that'll be better for them to access that. That doesn't happen very often. The other pathway is to have a certified teacher review their academic progress that year and sign off on it. There isn't clear criteria on what they're reviewing and signing off, but we anticipate, especially in a consortium, that they probably have developed some for that.
It's not a requirement. It's just when they're coming back into the
It's
school.
an expectation from the Department of Education, but it is not, once they decide to homeschool, there's very little or no communication between the school and the family except for annually when we're trying to certify or check on whether or not they are homeschooling, and it has to come from the family to the school.
Thank you. That's helpful.
So as a reminder, we do not receive any subsidy for homeschool students, nor do we receive subsidy for students who are going out of district. So superintendent's agreements for those students going out are not included on our ED 279, only for those students who are coming in. So when I mentioned to Katie that homeschool students are not on my agenda because we don't receive funds for them, they don't cross any of the reports that I do. So
thank you both.
You're welcome.
We have more categories. We have private school students, 21 private school students. Homeschool students participating in programming in our schools. We have 3 students. We have 2 private school students participating in programming here in MSAD11. We have a total of 19 students, tuition students, for a grand total of 401 students processed at central office.
Besides our regular.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yes.
Add that with the 1,100 applications you mentioned. Holy
We're
cow.
Yeah.
Yes, NAEP, please, NAEP testing.
So I might have mentioned earlier, we have received a notification that 2 of our schools have been selected to participate in NAEP testing. So that is National Assessment of Educational Progress. We don't get a say, we just get selected and
Is that like an honor?
it's really, yes. So our 2 schools, right, 2 of our principals are really cringing now. Riverview has been selected to participate in the testing as well as Gardner Regional Middle School. So the testing is for 4th graders and 8th graders in the areas of mathematics and reading. And that testing is scheduled between January and March. For this testing, outside proctors come into the school, principals to schedule the testing, proctors administer the testing, and it's a light lift on that side of things. However, we have a pretty rigorous or robust assessment schedule in MSAD11, and so it is unfortunate for students that they need to engage in this assessment. But I wanted to make sure you knew that that was coming.
How many?
It's a randomized group of students. It's not every student.
It's not
Grade
every
4,
student.
And it's not, we don't get to choose
I
who the
was gonna say,
students
you probably
are.
don't get it.
They do a bank through the state student ID numbers and randomly select a group of 4th graders and 8th graders. We can appeal sometimes, so like if it looks like 70% of the students have an IEP, that might not be a good condition for all students for the, it's not a representation of our configuration of students. And so we can make an appeal and sometimes we can secure that appeal or not before the testing date.
How many schools are randomly selected across the state of Maine?
Unclear, but we're randomly selected every year but one in the last.
Every year but one.
It's sort of like doing jury duty. Some people get to do it all their lives and some people never. That's a good analogy.
The letter that we received states that for the 2026 test administration, 204 Maine schools have been selected.
Well, our odds are
participate
very
in the
good,
testing.
apparently.
Yes, Molly?
Do we get or receive any feedback or do we know anything?
Yeah.
What
From
about
our
the data, the
participation?
results?
Yeah, it seemed like.
The data is not reported back to our school. It is part of the collective Maine data that gets
200,
reported
yeah.
as a collective unit from Maine and then the national results. And a few years ago, I did present a brief snapshot of the trends for NAEP in reading and math and how that compares to our other universal screening data. We did that a little bit before COVID and just right after COVID. I haven't done it every year, but it is what trends in the news when you hear that all the math rates are going downhill and the reading. It's usually from the NAEP results because it's the one common assessment across the country, whereas every state has a different version of their state test for universal screening.
So-
Jeff?
Yes, sir.
So we don't get the direct results for the students that are tested.
No, and it's like an hour for each test, right? An hour for each test.
And not every student in the 4th grade, not all the students. Is there a percentage that they take? I mean, do they have a number they give you?
We've done usually about half in 4th grade, right?
Yeah, maybe a little over half.
So that around 20 something in middle school.
I would say it's about a quarter of them, depending on the numbers, they sort of tend to look at how many kids we have total and then they have to hit a certain percentage. So if like a parent opts them out, they then have to tap in another student until we have their
I would
percentage.
think it would be useful for us to receive
Exactly.
that data, so you could honestly assess what you're doing in the system.
as it compares to other state results. Yeah, I understand that.
But
I don't have any say over it.
so there's no way for you to gain that.
DOE's got all that.
No,
Yeah.
they reduce all personally identifiable information, right? They immediately remove that and
Which I understand, but.
yeah, I do too, of course, it's student data. But we have never had access, they've just put it in the pool of state data. It's, it's fun to encourage students to take this test and have it represent our main state
How about
scores.
just saying no? If you don't give us the data, we're not gonna do it.
Why don't you come along with me while we have that
I'd be glad to.
conversation?
Give me a call, I'll be glad to.
Yeah, I'll be right in front of me.
Jeff, I agree. I think we should absolutely have access to that information. That would be helpful. How do you get better if you don't know what you're fighting? Pushing a rock uphill.
Right. I don't wanna drag the issue on anymore.
No, but I think it's good information that would be useful for us. So thank you for that. Next.
Next, the revolving renovation funds application. Andrea covered this when, during the finance committee update.
The only thing that I would add is that a portion of the grant or the loan is forgivable. And it's based on the percentage of your allocation from the state. So for us, if we were selected, 66.15% would be forgiven and the remainder would be interest-free. So it's a great way for us to update our facilities if we're selected. It's competitive. And we don't know who applies. I don't know if I mentioned, there's a $2 million per priority per building, I think per school. So to try to limit what any one district or school can get. So that's it.
Yeah, you got this.
Not listed here, I want you to be aware that we are entering negotiations for custodians and food service next week. And that is my report for this month. We do have an executive session.
We do. So we will take a 5-minute comfort break for board members, and I wish to thank all of you for coming tonight and participating. It's still a meeting to come next week, but I have it on my calendar.
Okay, that's great.
But I have all the materials. Thank you.
Yes, not just spring, so usually
It is. A motion to go into executive session to discuss a personnel issue. Second. Moved by Tony, second by Molly. All those in favor? Okey-dokey. Okay, we will be coming back. Building hearing.
Don't let her go, please, because she's my bride.
Okay,
So I'm going to go ahead and shut down right now because we're heading into executive session. Is that correct?
that's correct.
We don't have to adjourn the meeting at all.
Yep.
Okay.
As long as we aren't taking any action, that's what we're searching for.
Okay.